Holy fucking mother of shitting Christ. I fucking did like all the tier lists that have been sent to me on Twitter, with the exception of the Anime Studios one, because I want to put a little bit more effort into that one. But I then went and Control F'd the word tier on my Discord group to see all the things that people had linked, and there were a lot. So we're just going to try to fucking blow through all these goddamn things, starting with every RPG in existence, or almost, tier maker. This thing's fucking massive. I'm definitely going to need a never played category here, since there's obviously going to be a significant number of these I have not played. But, and a lot of them that are very popular and that I'm sure other people will be like, I can't believe you haven't played that game, even though I haven't played every game you've ever played, but I can't believe you haven't played every game I've ever played. Anyway, Fallout 3 I have not played, Persona 4 haven't played, this Dragon Quest game haven't played, Final Fantasy 15 haven't played, Dragon Age Inquisition haven't played, Pokemon Moon, I'm guessing this counts as both Sun and Moon. I enjoyed a good amount. I think I would put it, I don't know if I'd put it at B or A tier. I did enjoy it a lot, but it's probably not my favorite Pokemon game. It fixed a lot of the issues I had with X and Y, particularly in the world map, and like how moving around works. But it also added new problems. I'm going to put it in B tier. Alright, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, I have not played yet, but I really want to. Persona 5, not played. Pokemon White and Black, I did play a significant amount of. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I never beat it, but I'd like to still. Do I like it more than Pokemon Sun and Moon? Possibly. I really liked how White just started over with, like, it basically felt like they were like a reboot almost. Like how, it was all new Pokemon. Which I thought it was a great gen. I loved the layout of the world and everything. It felt like the first game, but but over again, and with a fresh enough new feeling as to be great. Bloodborne S tier, one of my top 3 probably favorite games of all time. I think this is Final Fantasy VI. I never beat this game. I played about halfway through it more than a decade ago. I would love to give it another go. From what I played, I would put it in the B tier, but we're just gonna say that it probably could get upgraded. Don't get your panties in a bundle. These tier lists are not meant to be taken seriously at all. It's just snap decisions being made in the moment. Dragon Age Inquisition I have not played. I believe this is Final Fantasy. Well, it looks like it says 9, but it also says DS. Oh no, wait, that's a DS game next to it. Yeah, I think this is Final Fantasy 9. I love that game. I'm putting it at A. Talked about it in a different video. Have not played Pokemon Pearl. Skyrim, I don't like it. I'm gonna put it in the E tier. It can eat my ass. Mass Effect 2, S tier. I've talked about some of these in other tier lists already. Have not played Darkest Dungeon or this DBZ game or Fallout New Vegas. Final Fantasy X, I would put in the S tier. I think that game is fantastic. It has a great story, really interesting world and characters. Really just fun mechanics. It's as turn-based RPGs go, it feels like you're solving a puzzle with every fight. The whole use of haste and like the speed and slow and everything makes it a constantly active combat system that's fun to play. Final Fantasy VII, I've still never beat this game. I got towards the end of the first disc again well over a decade ago. Need to replay it, but I think I'd probably put it in A tier based on my experiences with it. The original Final Fantasy, I don't know if the Game Boy remake is going to be in here, because like I've almost beat the Game Boy Advance game. The only reason I didn't beat it is that I lost it, but I don't know. I don't know if I can rate the first game as though it were the GBA remake, but they didn't list the GBA remake. So let's just go ahead and pretend that this is the remake, and I'm going to put it in A tier. Great fun little grind fest of a game. It's just like a good pop open and play kind of game. You could treat it like Pokemon if you're trying to fill your bestiary. Maybe B tier is more appropriate. I definitely shouldn't be putting it above Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy X-2, I haven't played in very much of. I think this is 12. I played a bit of 12. No, wait, 12 is right next to it. So what the hell is this one? Is this 13? This might be 13. I have not played any 13. I played a bit of 12 when it came out. I didn't end up getting very far, but I'm curious to give it another shot. I don't think I've played enough of it that I could even speculate where it would go. This looks like a Kingdom Hearts that I haven't played. I think this one's Kingdom Hearts 2, right? I only played the first bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 and really didn't like it, but, you know, I don't think I've played enough to rate it fairly. Have not played Oblivion. Pokemon Soul Silver. It's, you know, I was a huge fan of Pokemon Silver as a kid. I did not beat Soul Silver, but I was having a great time with it. I mean, it's basically the same game, but updated in significant ways. I think it's probably going to go in the A tier since I don't think the original Silver is on this list. Oh, no, it is. They got gold on here. I don't know. I want to spend more time with it. For now, I'm going to put it in A tier, though. Pokemon Red. How could I give this anything other than an A? It defined my whole childhood. Pokemon Ruby, I never played that much of. I didn't like all the water. All the fucking, it just felt, I didn't like the intrusion of too much cutscene as that, which became more and more of a thing as the Pokemon games have gone on. But I haven't played enough of it to give it a proper score. Pokemon X and Y, though, I enjoyed quite a bit. I'd put it in A. I caught all the Pokemon in that game. It was a great time. Pokemon Yellow, I never got that far in. I'm going to say never played. Pokemon Gold, I'm going to put in the A tier for the same reason as Soul Silver. I'm just kind of thinking of them as the same thing. Emerald, again, I've never played. The Witcher, I've not played. Horizon Zero Dawn, I didn't even know this was an RPG. Shin Megami Tensei 4, I haven't played. Is this Persona 3? This looks like it might be Persona 3. I had only ever played like 10 hours of Persona 3, but for a long time considered it my favorite game anyways, just because the aesthetic is so my thing. The music, the visuals, all of that speaks to me very strongly. I think the characters are pretty memorable. But ultimately, the gameplay loop didn't entice me enough to end up playing it all the way. I think that the social link system, while very interesting, because the stories that you form with those social links are so shallow, it just didn't end up leaving as much of an impact on me as I hoped. So I think I'd have to put it in B tier, but it could go up if I ever decide to give it another go. But I just feel like I'd rather play the more grown-up Shin Megami Tensei games than that one. This one I don't think I've played. I think this is another Shin Megami Tensei. Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, I did play all the way through. I would put it in B. I was really enjoying it for the first half, but then once the plot really kicked into gear and also the dungeons became like just a lot longer and more tedious, it lost a lot of my attention. I have not played Innocent Sin, if that's what this is, if not the first Persona. I don't know if they have Innocent Sin separately on the list. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne I have not played, but I would like to. Mass Effect 1 I would put as an A tier. Don't quite like it as much as 2. They didn't really have the combat down pat yet, or exploration. I think that stuff was just better in the second game. I know there's some people who love driving the Mecha around on them planets, but they're all the fucking same. Witcher 2 I haven't played, or 3. Mass Effect 3 I would put in... there are things I like a lot about Mass Effect 3. It had the best combat in the series. It's just that, and you know, some of the story threads were incredible, like the end of Mordin Solis's campaign and all that. Well, not campaign, but you know what I mean. But there was a lot of things that bothered me. I didn't like the way exploration was set up, how you had to get side quests by just overhearing conversations. I didn't like the way the main story went. I hated the stupid Cyber Ninja. So I'm pretty torn on that game. I think I'm going to have to put it in... I can put it in B tier. I think it would be unfair for me to say that I had a totally negative experience. I would play it again. Dragon Age 2 I have not played. Mass Effect Andromeda I only played a bit of, and it was abysmal. I would definitely put it in E tier. I have not played Deus Ex Invisible War or these Fallouts. Deus Ex Human Revolution and the other one. Which one's which? Can I tell? Yeah, Mankind Divided. I've only played through half of Human Revolution, but I really liked it. I would put it at A tier. If you guys can't tell, I don't tend to finish RPGs because they are long. And I tend to get distracted and never get back to it. But I do enjoy Human Revolution. I have not played Mankind Divided because I never beat the first one. I tried to play KOTOR once, and the combat system was such a nightmare to me that I gave up. But, you know, I'm not going to judge it. Haven't played much of Deus Ex. Not enough to judge. Haven't played this thing or this one. What is this? Is this a Final Fantasy? Which Final Fantasies are these? This looks like Final Fantasy 2, which I've only played a tiny bit of. I'm not going to rank that one. This might be 3. I haven't played it. Chrono Cross, I haven't played enough to rate. Stormblood, Final Fantasy 14, I haven't. Final Fantasy 8, I played like halfway through. It didn't grab me the way that 7 or 9 did. I think I'll wait till I've tried it again before I rate it. Final Fantasy 5, I haven't played that much of. I think this is 11, which I didn't really touch. Chrono Trigger. I'm going to put Chrono Trigger in B tier. I know a lot of people really adore this game. Personally, I just kind of started getting sick of it when it got like more combat focused, because I ended up just kind of using the same moves in every fight. I thought that I appreciate the level of variety in the game the most, but when it started to, you know, be less about variety and more about random battles, that it started to lose my attention, and I just wasn't that engrossed by the story. I'm gonna get so much shit for this list. I don't even know why I'm doing this. People are gonna fucking hate this. Final Fantasy IV I haven't played. Don't know what this is. Haven't played any Dragon Quest. What in the... it's another Dragon Quest. Ni no Kuni I haven't played. Oh my god, all these fucking Dragon Quest games. I can't even tell what the hell this is. Boy, so much Dragon Quest and Ni no Kuni and Kingdom Hearts. Wait, was that Kingdom Hearts 1? I've played through most of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I thought it was okay. I can't tell which one is Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe it was the one I already... Was it this one? Was this Kingdom Hearts 1? I fucking can't remember what the boxes look like of these goddamn games. Because I'm not I see a bunch of Kingdom Hearts on the DS coming up. Maybe this one's 2. If I can figure out which one's Kingdom Hearts 1, I would put it probably at B or C tier. But I haven't played most of these. I have played Chain of Memories. I don't know. All these fucking box arts look the same. I'm just going to mark them all as haven't played. Have not played Baldur's Gate or System Shock or Planescape Torment or Vampire the Masquerade or Baldur's Gate 2 or System Shock 2 or I think this is Lufia and probably Lufia 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Fire Emblem? Are we going to have all the Fire Emblems in here? I don't really think of those as RPGs, but okay. Haven't played Xenoblade 2. The only Fire Emblem games I've played are the 2 on the Game Boy and a little bit of Path of Radiance. Here we go. The Twin Towers. Can't remember what the fuck this one was. It's the second one on the Game Boy Advance. That's how I remember it. The Twin Stones, is that what it was called? This one I had a lot of fun with. I like that you can level up your characters in the like a grindy mode. And was never able to beat it because I've never been able to beat any of them. I think I'd probably put it in A tier. I think I put both the Game Boy Advance games in the A tier because they're both a lot of fun. Xenoblade Chronicles, I have a video about this game and why it did not click with me. I played a fair amount of it, and just I don't like the combat system. I don't like how overly complex the game is. I'm not a huge fan of extremely complicated RPGs, if you can't tell. Let's see. Fire Emblem Fates. I did play some of Jade Empire, but it was right when it came out. I don't remember any of what I experienced. Suikoden, I haven't played 2 or 3. Demon Souls is going in the S tier, one of my favorite games. Dark Souls 2 is going in the D tier because they fucked up the most basic fundamental thing that makes the game satisfying, which is the animation, and can't play it without that. Dark Souls 1 goes in S tier. Suikoden, what is this, 4? I can't tell which one it is. Haven't played Quest 64. I'm just going to put all the Suikodens and never played. I did play a little of 4, but not enough to really judge it. The Jade Empire is in here again. Don't know why. Dark Souls 3 going in S tier. Probably my favorite video game. More Suikodens. Demon Souls is in here again. In fact, all the Souls games are in here again. So let's just double them all up. Why don't we? Let's just, I mean, this is pretty representative of my feelings about these games, that they deserve to be in the S tier twice. And then all these Suikodens repeat as well. It's like a whole row just got repeated. But, I'm fine with the Souls games being in there twice. Have not played Berseria. Haven't played episode 3 of Xenosaga. I have played about 10 hours of Xenogears. I like it a lot so far. I just haven't found time to play the rest, but I'm putting it in A tier. In Xenosaga, I'm also putting in A tier. I think those games are fascinating. Tales of Symphonia probably belongs in the B tier. It was my favorite game of all time for a long while, but when I went back to play it again, I was like, man, this is some baby shit. I haven't played Pillars of Eternity or Xenosaga 2 or Fire Emblem Echoes. Haven't played Vesperia, whatever this is, Abyss. Tales of Fantasia, I would put in B tier. Pretty solid game. Don't play the Game Boy Advance version. Play the PlayStation 1 version if you're going to play it. But yeah, I made a whole 45-minute video about it on I Am Games, so you can check that out. Final Fantasy, which one is this? This looks like, is this Lightning Returns? I haven't beaten it, but I do actually like Lightning Returns. Oh no, that's this one. So this must be 13-2. Fuck that. Haven't played much of Vagrant Story. I've wanted to. Have not played Dirge of Cerberus or Bravely Whatevers or Octopath or Tales of Xillia. God, there's a lot of fucking RPGs I have not played. It's really weird, though, because they put Fire Emblem in here, but if you're going to put tactics games, then where's all the fucking Nippon Ichi games? Because I've played most of those. Also, there's no Shadow Hearts or Shadow Hearts Covenant, which I've played. There's no fucking... There's a lot of games missing. Grandia. Like, this definitely skews newer, and it skews towards big franchises. There's just a lot of shit missing that I would have actually played in comparison to what is on here. This looks like a Final Fantasy VII sequel or something. Lightning Returns is pretty fun. I think I put it in B tier. This looks like Xillia 2. Sonic Chronicles. I haven't played... I have played the original Mario and Luigi. I don't know what I would rank it, though, because I haven't played it that much. I haven't played any of these other Paper Marios. And lastly, Neo, I would put in the A tier. So, yeah, I mean, I'm honestly disappointed with this list, because on the one hand, you could blame me for not having played so many of these RPGs, many of which are well regarded, but I also feel like it's just missing too many of the RPGs that I actually did care about at the time when I was big into RPGs. Like, I was primarily into Nippon Ichi games and, like, stuff Atlas was releasing. So, in, like, the mid-2000s. The lack of Shadow Hearts is particularly disappointing. There's no Baten Kaitos on here. It's a weird list. It feels like this person... Whoever made this just didn't know enough RPGs, I guess. Definitely not enough JRPGs. So, that's disappointing. I wasted my time with that. So let's now talk about 3D platformers, which I also have probably not played most of. There's a lot of shit I don't even recognize in here. I don't even think I should bother with this one. There's just so much shit I don't know. And a lot of it is Rayman. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck 3D platformers. All right, let's rank the episodes of Evangelion. Episode 1 is going in S tier. Great fucking episode. Episode 2 probably... Well, it's got the big fight scene, so I'd have to put that in A tier. Episode 3 is... that's the one where he screams. Yeah, that's A tier for sure. The scream is fucking legendary. Episode 4 is the one where Shinji goes on his, where he runs away. I would put that in A tier as well. Maybe the first episode's really A tier as well. I don't know if it belongs in S tier, but it is just, I've seen it so many times. It's so iconic. But all of these are iconic. Maybe they all belong in S tier. It's hard for me to say. I think I'm going to put the first episode in A tier. I think I'm just going to keep the first 4 all in A tier. Let's see. Episode 5 is the one where Rey, where he falls on her tits. That one's B tier, I would say. Not as good as those other ones. Episode 6 is where they beat Romuel. I would also put it in B tier. Let's see. Episode 7. This would be the one with Jet alone. B tier, also pretty solid. Episode 8, Asuka Strikes. That would be S tier. One of the best episodes for sure. 8 and 9 are both really great. Asuka changes the whole vibe of the show. Really solid fucking episodes. Episode 10, Magma Diver, is okay. I think I'd put it in B or maybe even C tier. It is kind of like my least favorite episode of the show. So I think I'm going to drop it in C tier. Episode 11, I think, is the day Tokyo 3 stood still. If so, I would put it in B tier. Episode 12. God, I'm struggling to remember what some of these are because the midsection of the show is a little bit more difficult to remember. And I've seen the first 9 episodes just like more times than the rest of the show. I'm noticing that there's 25 and 26 and then 25 and 26, meaning the end of Evangelion. So the last 2 episodes of the show itself, I would put in D tier, where they look. It's I understand why these episodes, like, I both understand why they're beloved and reviled. Like, when I watched them for the first time, they blew my fucking mind to smithereens. Those 2 episodes were why I liked Eva the first time I saw it. Because it was a lot of shit I had just never thought about before. Like, the concepts were mind-blowing. Watching it again, I just see that it's like a rushed, like, obviously written last minute. It just pours out, like, ideas. Just like, it's just like a nonstop monologue of a bunch of just thought experiment kind of ideas, I mean, there's a couple memorable moments, like the whole part where it shows Eva if it was a regular anime, but I don't know. The whole thing just feels so slapped together to me. And like, when you consider the end of Evangelion, like, that is clearly the proper ending. Both episodes of that are definitely going in the S tier because they're incredible. Kind of almost like so much so that it's hard to even compare them to the rest of the show. I'm going to put episode 18 in the S tier. Big shocking episode with some real fucking powerful scenes in it. 19 similarly. That's the one where the Eva goes berserk and eats the fucking angel. Episode 16 is the one where they go inside the big blob and it's got the mind fuck. That one's pretty good. I'd put that in A tier. I know I'm doing these out of order. I'm just trying to, I'm doing the ones I really remember exactly what happens in them so I can narrow it down. 24 would be, I think, the one where, of course, it's the one with Kaoru. I would put that one in A tier. Pretty fucking memorable. Kaoru leaves a lot of impact for a guy who's only around for 1 episode. It was the episode that I connected with the most when I watched it when I was younger. Episode 23 then would be the one where Rey dies. I always found this one kind of confusing, so I think I would put it, it has some great revelations and stuff, so it probably belongs in B tier. 22, I think, is the one where Asuka is just, like, totally out of commission, right? Like, where she gets completely mind violated. I could be wrong, though. This is the stretch. These are the episodes I least remember, I guess. 12. God, what happens after the day the Tokyo 3 stood still? I think this one might be the one. This is the one where No, it must be 13 where Ritsuko is inside the computers, right? Because that's what this thumbnail would imply. That one's pretty great. That's where we learn the backstory of her and her mom, sort of, and I think I would put that one in B tier. 12, I really am struggling to remember. I'm not sure which one's the recap episode. It might be 14 that's the recap episode, which seems right. So the recap episode's definitely going in D tier. It's the worst one because it's a recap episode. I'm trying to do this without having to consult anything, like without having to try to, jog my memory online. 21 looks like it's probably the one that shows Gendo and all them's backstory. Fuck. I gotta rewatch Eva again. I'm fucking getting stumped. I'm gonna put that one in C tier. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. I'm gonna put this one... This one's got Ritsuko and Kaji eating together. I remember this one being fairly interesting from a character standpoint. I'd put it at B. I'm struggling to remember what happens. Like, these images are not helpful enough for me, Like, I can tell they tried to pick images that would be helpful, but just the midsection of the show is too much of a blur for me to completely stick together. I think this one was like... They were getting attacked by like a virus or something. I don't remember it being... I remember this being one of the worst episodes. So I'm going to put that one at C. I think... Oh, God. It looks like this might be the one where we first learn about the Ray clones or something. It's really hard to tell. I'm just going to put them both at a B because I'm sure they're not bad, but I don't really remember them. So there you go. There's my Evangelion episodes tier list maker. Apologies if I fucked anything up by not remembering the episodes. All right, Mecha anime. Ooh, this is interesting. They've added a want to watch category. That is very different. I've never seen that before. All right, so starting with 0083, this one is mostly like about if you want to see like cool mech action well animated. This is great for that, but the story and characters are not that interesting. I think I'd put it in C tier. I ended up dropping it. Gundam 00, no opinion. Is this turn A? I can't even fucking tell based on this picture. It might be 0080. I'm not sure what that is. 5-star stories I really enjoyed. I would give it an A. Very cool OVA. I would like to read the manga that it's based on. Gundam Age, I only watched a few episodes of. Aldnoah 0, I definitely dropped. I think I can confidently put it in D tier. It seems like a kind of ass show from what I know about it. This one doesn't look familiar. Armitage the Third, is this a mecha? All right. Well, I'd put it at B. It was fun. Big O, man. Oh, wait, I skipped one. I skipped Bubuki Baranki. I didn't end up finishing this. I watched like the first half of the first season. I really liked the animation style and all that, but like the characters and story just weren't that interesting, so I put it at a C. Big O I wanted to like a lot. The first season is pretty enjoyable. The second season, when the plot really gets moving, just kind of goes so far up its own ass that I can't even tell what the fuck is going on anymore. So I'm going to have to put it in C tier. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love the Big O. And the aesthetic of it is incredible. But let's see. What is this one? Boo. Is this Breakblade? Bureku Bredo? Yeah. I've seen the first few movies of Breakblade. It was okay. I don't even really care to watch the rest of it. So I'm going to put it in C tier. This one, oh yeah, I mean, I passed over this one because I didn't recognize it, but I guess, I think it might be that recent, I'm not sure. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to put it in no opinion. I still want to know which Gundam this is. I'm just, like, afraid that I think it's a Gundam. It looks like a Gundam. It smells like a Gundam. It might be 0080. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't know this one. This looks like Gundam Build Fighters. I didn't watch that much of. Char's Counterattack. This is actually like the first Gundam I ever saw, like, in whole, because my cousin Boyd had bought it on DVD. The first anime DVD he actually bought after VHS was dying out. It's a pretty fucking solid movie. I know it's somewhat controversial story-wise among Gundam fans, but in terms of the just animation, it looks fucking incredible. I'm going to put it in B tier for now. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't even recognize Date A Live. Yeah, I have not watched that. Die Buster going in A tier. What is this? Dogram? Have not seen Dogram. Is this Tekkaman Blade? I haven't watched enough of it. This one doesn't really look familiar to me. This is Captain Earth. I didn't make it very far into Captain Earth. I think I would probably put it in C tier. It's pretty. It seemed like it could potentially have interesting stuff in it, but I just didn't connect with anything in the story. This one doesn't look familiar. Escaflowne. I would put it in B tier. I think the first half of the show is really legitimately incredible. The second half feels rushed, and I don't really like the way it goes with most of its characters. It has a pretty okay ending, but, you know, it just kind of was nowhere near as good as the first half. But the first half is still good enough for me to consider it a B tier show, at least. This one doesn't particularly look familiar. It looks like it's from the 90s, and I don't recognize it. Eureka 7 is going at S tier, one of my favorite anime of all time. Evangelion going at S tier, one of my favorite anime of all time. Gundam F91, I'm going to put in the B tier. Even though the movie is not great, most of it's pretty just like a retread of the first Gundam movie, but the first 20 or 30 minutes are stellar. As just a crazy, chaotic, oh boy, war scenario. Darling in the Franxx, I'm putting it C tier. Pretty generic. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Full Metal Panic, the original season, probably a B. It's a solidly entertaining show. I never finished Gargantia, and I would like to. I guess I'm going to put that as want to watch. I forgot about the want to watch category, but nothing. Well, if this is Tekkaman Blade, I might put that in there, but I'm not even sure if that's what that is. I honestly can't even fucking tell. No, it's not. It's got like some kind of Gundam on it. Some kind of robot. That fucking does not look familiar to me at all. Alright. Code Geass. I guess I'll put it in B tier. Yeah. It's uneven, but it has a lot of good parts. Haven't watched any Getter Robo. G Gundam, A tier. G Gundam has a lot of shitty episodes. I'm not going to make any fucking... I have no illusions about that. But when it is on point, it is on fucking point. Giant Robo, also A tier. Same director. Same things that make it good. Giant Gorg, I'll put in want to watch. I saw the first 2 episodes of it way back and thought it was cool. Would like to watch the rest. Gridman, I had no interest in. Watched a couple episodes, didn't do anything for me. This looks like Gunbuster. That's going to go in A tier. Gurren Lagann is going in S tier, one of my favorite shows. And yes, I know that my S tier basically reveals that I'm not really a Mecha fan, because these are all shows that are like, that are beloved by people who are not necessarily Mecha fans. If you really, really care about mechs, probably some of this other shit would be in the S tier that I would not put up there. Heavy Object, that's going in C tier. Pretty generic. I made it through a bit just because it's kind of fun, but there's a lot of things I didn't like about it. I have not watched... I can't remember the name of this show, but I think it's Heroic Age? Yeah, I think it's Heroic Age. Haven't seen Ideon, but I would like to. I'll put that in want to watch. Iron-Blooded Orphans, I wasn't vibing with this one. Didn't watch enough of it to really form an opinion, though. Hendora? Is that what... Pandora? I'm not sure about that one. I don't know about this one either. It looks like it's got some cute girls on it, but I do not recognize it. This one doesn't really look familiar either. Lagrange. I watched 3 episodes of Lagrange because of Yuri hints. It seemed okay. It was non-exceptional. I think I could probably safely put it in the C tier. Leisner. I do kind of want to watch Leisner. And I definitely want to watch Macross 7. But I have to finally finish the original Macross first. What is this? This looks kind of familiar. I'm not sure, though. Macross Frontier, I also want to watch at some point. I think this is original... No, this is original Macross. This might be Macross 2, which I've never heard anyone say anything good about. Or no, maybe this is Macross Plus. I definitely want to watch Macross Plus, so that's going in want to watch. Regular Macross, I've seen quite a bit of it, enough to put it in at least A tier for sure. I will finish it before too very goddamn long. Mazinger Z, I can't say I'm interested in watching the original Mazinger Z. I definitely would like to watch Shogeki Z Hen on television, unless that's what that was, but it doesn't look like it. This one is is this Mazinger? Is this Mazen Kaiser? Yeah, this is Mazen Kaiser, the OVA. I watched like the first episode of this. It didn't seem like something I would really end up wanting to watch. I do want to watch Megazone 2-3. Mos Pieta, I've never really heard anybody recommend or anything. This is, of course, in the Desco. I would give it an A. Really solid fucking show. Really fun parody. I didn't watch this one. Which Gundam is this? Is this Turn A Gundam? Is this the Turn A? No. What the fuck is this one? I can't even fucking tell. I'm looking at it real close and I can't fucking tell what the fuck it is. So, no opinion. This looks like it might be the original film trilogy, maybe? Is this representing the original film trilogy? If so, or maybe just the original show. I mean, I would definitely put the film trilogy at A tier. I enjoy it quite a bit. Do not know anything about Mighty Orbots. The fucking Gundam The Origin OVAs. These are, or movies, I guess. These are pretty good. I haven't watched all of them yet, but I thought the ones I saw were really solid. I don't know if I'd quite put it on A tier based on what else is in the A tier, so I'd put it in B tier. But it's pretty good. I have not seen much of Patlabor, but I would like to. I have seen Planet With. I think I'd put it... Oh, man, this is a hard one. It's another one, like, it's better than most of the stuff I have in B tier, but not necessarily as good as the stuff I have in A tier. I'm going to put it in A tier, though. I'm leaning more that way. Here's 0080, so I guess this one might be 8th MS Team, which I haven't seen, so I'll put that in plan to watch. And 0080 gets an A. Fantastic OVA. Razafon, I put it in B tier. It's got a lot of great stuff in it, but it's pretty uneven. G-Reco, I want to watch. Revisions, I watched 3 episodes and dropped. I think it probably is safe to put in the D tier. It's not very good. This one doesn't look familiar to me at all, but it's got a cute blonde girl, so I might put it in want to watch. I don't even know what it is, though. Gundam Seed, I have no desire to watch. Knights of Sidonia, I made it through 4 episodes. I wasn't feeling it. I don't think I can rank it confidently. Is this Ray Earth or something? Can't tell what that is. Star Driver, didn't finish it, but I did enjoy a lot of what I watched. I think I'll put it in the B tier for now. Have not seen Infinite Stratos. Thunderbolt was great. I put it in B tier. Oh, is this fucking Tiramisu? I didn't expect that to be on the list. I'm putting that in A tier. Fucking hilarious show that I greatly enjoyed. Super underrated. This looks like it might be Gundam Wing, which, no, wait, that can't be Gundam Wing because it doesn't look like a Gundam in the background. Well, I don't know what the hell that is. Turn A Gundam. I didn't finish this show. I watched like 30 episodes of it, and I do enjoy it. It is kind of a clusterfuck, but it has a lot of positives. I'm putting it in the B tier for now. Maybe when I finish it, I'll feel differently. Unicorn, I also never finished, but I'd put it in the B tier because it was also quite solid. What is this fucking thing? This doesn't look familiar to me. Victory Gundam, I've never bothered with because from what I heard, it sounds like shit. Kodai, I know there's a lot of people who love it, but I don't care. Have not heard of this one. I do want to watch fucking Votom's Gundam Wing. I don't care for it all. I think I put it in D tier. It's not good. After War Gundam X, this one I wanted to like because it bears a lot of resemblance to Eureka 7, but it's just kind of boring. I think I put it in C tier from what I've seen. Zambot 3, I have not seen. This looks like a Gundam, but I can't tell which one. Well, it's got, oh, this must be Zeta Gundam. I've really enjoyed what I've seen of Zeta Gundam, but that's not a lot. I don't think I can confidently rank it, so I'm just going to put it in want to watch. And finally, this looks like Gundam, I don't know, Age 2 maybe, or one of those newer kiddier Gundams. I don't know. Don't know about it. There you go. There's my mecha list. I can't believe that I have seen more mecha anime than I have played RPGs that were on that RPG list. That makes no sense to me at all. But yeah, there you go. This one I just wanted to showcase the existence of the Digibros and Vic and Hope playthroughs tier list maker. I can't tell them apart enough. Like, in my memories, there is not enough division between all of these playthroughs. Also, I don't know why some of these are just like slotted in automatically. I don't know if that was just something that Jalen did when he made this. But you know, if anybody else wants to make their own and let me see it. I mean, I definitely know that like the early Digi and Maze are probably my outright favorites. Also, anytime me and Victor played a Dark Souls or Zelda game, those were usually great playthroughs that, you know, lasted a long time. A lot of the shorter ones are not so good. But yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to rank these. Well, I was going to do this Madhouse chart, but this is definitely not even fucking remotely close to all the Madhouse shows. So I think I would just get pissed off and disappointed at whatever might be missing. I mean, there's a pretty good spread, but there's way more shows made by Madhouse than this. Studio Trigger, though, should be dead easy. I haven't finished Little Witch Academia, but I love it so far. I'm putting it in A. This thing I didn't bother with. We'll put it in D tier. What is this? Is this the one about the interns that work at the studio? Wait, is this the OVA or the original show? Oh god, they split Little Witch up into all three goddamn incarnations of it. I think this might be the original OVA, which I would put at S tier. The show that I haven't finished, I would put at A tier, and the second OVA, I would put probably at B tier. But, I mean, if these are not what they actually are, I don't care. I think this is the one about, like, the interns, C tier. It's interesting in concept. Inferno Cop, A tier, hilarious show. Kisniver, B tier, pretty good. Luluco, A tier. I have not seen much of Ninja Slayer, so I don't really know where to rate it. I guess I'll just leave it off. I don't feel like creating a haven't seen tier. Gridman, I didn't enjoy what I saw of, but I'm not going to rate it. Kill La Kill is S. Darling in the Franxx is C tier. And Promare is not even fucking out yet, so how the fuck would I rate that shit? Alright, there's Trigger. Kyoto Animation. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult.